What is magical realism in literature? First thing, magical realism, it's a real world setting, like planet Earth, where I am, but has some little element in it that is totally make-believe. Now, it's hard to define magical realism, so I'm going to look at three aspects that can really try to set it apart and grasp what it is and what makes it so awesome. The first, magical realism, it started off a while ago. It got popular with the South American writers in the 20th century. Gabriel Garcia Marquez, 100 Years of Solitude. Check it out. But then it did spread worldwide. It went through into Japan, where there's a famous magical realism author called Hugamagi Makawaka, something like that. I can't. You have to get onto it. I can't remember his name. But the aspects that it has, the three main aspects are, again, the real world setting. So it's in planet Earth, could be in the jungle, traversing, like I am right now. So in magical realism, you're not going to find your Star Wars galaxies. There'll be no Middle Earth, or no Thor planets, like Thor lives just down the road from here. But what you're going to have is the real world setting, and in that real world setting there's going to be a fantastical element, and that fantastical element could be something like a bridge. Now, it could be that when you cross the bridge of knowledge, what it does is, here we go, I'm now crossing it. Whoop, nearly fall in. It now opens up to me the wisdom of what I need to do with my life, okay? Who knows what that is? Now that's an aspect of magical realism. In this aspect of magical realism, there you go. The big grumpy dog. But this magical realism in your story, it's accepted as reality, so it's true. So the bridge does teach you about life and what's going to happen. Now, the second aspect that will always be involved is your characters are going to be just ordinary people. They're going to be real people. It's not going to find any that we've seen a million times. No vampires or werewolves that we've all seen. It's just an ordinary person, maybe like my good self. Can't tie a tie. And that ordinary person, though, is going to traverse the world and come up against something that's fantastical, some element. Could be like in my story, it was buried, something rising from the earth. So that's the second aspect. Another aspect, it looks pretty cool over there, we'll go for a walkie in a minute. Another aspect, probably the third one you're going to find in magical realism, its tone, its style, it's the literary prose. And it's usually, it's not just straightforward, like in a thriller where John walked into the room, saw a gun, picked it up, fired away, pow, pow. That's just that's a very straightforward writing, but it's usually very descriptive writing. It goes into a lot of detail. Might describe the tie in detail, the shirt, the Ray-Ban, if you're watching, you want to throw me a free pair. So it's very descriptive writing. And it can be a little bit poetic, even a little bit purple, as the saying goes. So that's another aspect. And also, lying beneath all of this in the magical realism is depth. It usually talks about some aspect of life that needs bringing up, or some problem that society's facing, or a core belief at life, something that it goes into a real core meaning. So that's why magical realism is one of the great genres, because it doesn't just entertain and inspire, it really gets into something about life that we all need to hear and consider and ponder. So if you want to read a great magical realism book, maybe Gabriel Garcia Marquez, or the one written by my good self, It Was Buried. There's a few more coming, but I do recommend magical realism. Now I'm going to trot on and check out this magical yet realistic little forest.